Okay. So recently, so recently I did a video like explaining behind the scenes of my Piggy Build Mode Chapter 1. So now we're gonna do the same but with Chapter 2. First, let's start with this outside area since this is where we spawn. So first of all, it originally did not look like this, and this was a actually I'll get into that what I was about to say in a bit. So actually, this area was a little bit bigger, and it had like all these like hold on. It had these. It had these dead trees. I put them all over. I had the same ground. It had the same ground and everything. So I had like this, and it's way bigger. And originally, you respawn here. It's gonna be like how I ended it. We walked to the hotel, but instead of it being like we just start in the hotel and we're just gonna ignore every part of where we enter the hotel. We actually started and then we were gonna enter the hotel. So there's gonna be no cutscene of us in the hotel. It's gonna be like we just enter the hotel. And originally, there was like a there was like I'm pretty sure a key. Actually, no. This was just a door you could open. And obviously these things weren't here before because remember it was big, open. Also, if it was big and open, you could have just been like, I have to go walk around this wall. I'm just gonna walk around this room. Anyway, yeah, but then I forgot. Then I left the game and forgot to save. And anyone who's done that before knows what happened. I lost everything, so I retried. And while I was retrying, I accidentally made it. I forgot the size, so I made it a little bit smaller. Uh, and then I added this TNT door instead of being a normal door. And then it hit me. How about I do it a little bit different? So yeah, that's where it all started. Alright, now that we're inside, let's talk about inside. So first we have this. Grab your key with this. Originally it was gonna be like no one was here. No one was ever here. It was just an abandoned hotel. But anyways, yeah, it's not anymore as you can see. Um, Originally I had a lot more doors, but again, I forgot to save. So anyway, yeah, I and yeah, I'm too lazy to get all the doors back. So yeah, again, this will be mentioned later on. This will be part of. We'll see this again. At first, I just thought this key was gonna be floating, but I figured out it lays on the ground on the bed, which is perfect for like the illusion. Which I thought it was gonna be way less obvious. In here we have the bathroom. There's vials here for some reason. Anyway, then you put it in there. This this chapter actually took a way longer than the illusion chapter. Like the illusion chapter, I think I did in like about like maybe like a week or no like from I did from like in like 3 to 4 days. Unlike this one was like maybe like a week or so. But anyway, let's go. I know we're still downstairs parts. Then we have this red key card thing. Uh huh. And we have this a vial that. Mhm. Oh, and at some point I even had like pumpkin Halloween lights. Also, you should have seen what I did during Christmas. Or not Christmas, just December. I like every dirt area I decorated, and every tree I ever placed I turned into snow. And let me tell you the pain of turning it of shh. Let me tell you the pain. And let me just tell you, it was a pain to turn it all back to normal. I actually started it a few days before December was over. Ah! Stuck in the wall! Okay. When I was anyway, here we got this. Trader gun will kill players, and don't grab it unless you want to kill it. And then we got the white key. Uh, it's time to check out the lever circuitry. Yeah. So the first one, I'm pretty sure the first one you can get your hands on is this one. Okay, pull it. It opens this where you get purple key and that. And then the next one that's possible will be this one, which opened up this one. And then in here we get the red. Oh no, it opens up this door. Then you can pull this lever and open here. Yeah. Anyway, over here. Now this item is pretty random, but let me explain. So remember how I told you in the first one that there's just like the one that was madness that was only what was it called Escape to Madness badge. That one. I told you there was another one in this area. Er, in this area. So in my head, I planned it to be way better. So it was gonna be instead of this, you would it stayed the same in the end with how to open the door, but behind the door is gonna be different. So this stuff, if you've played Piggy before, you know this is to put in. This is like ammo for the generators, which is linked, just like these things where you can link it to stuff. So anyway, yeah, behind this, it would. That I was originally working on a secret ending, but I was like, what about one wing to get the secret ending? Because fun fact, this one of my best friends on Roblox, not Rainfriend, one of my other best friends, this is where I met her. Every now and then, well, after I finish the normal one, before like I didn't really care anymore. But anyway, I want popularity on these maps anyways, which eventually found out, yeah, that ain't happening. But back then, I would go build. I would after I finished it. Every now and then, I would go on a public server in Piggy and ask, "Does anyone want to do my Piggy build mode map?" And I would just do it every now and then. And some people said yes, but they only stayed for a little bit. And so did my best friend. But at the and most of them actually friended. Most of them are friended, but I haven't seen them in a while. But the one I met on here, me and her were pretty close for a while. Um, and we would play a lot of Piggy, but and when I found out, and last time we played like Piggy related, I'm pretty sure was either Delirium or Piggy but 100 players, which is one of the most games we played together Piggy related. Anyways, then but yeah, I met her and that other time I had my what's it called? One of my other friends on, like a real life friend that is also with me on Roblox back then. And he's not a real life friend anymore because we don't go to the same school anymore because I get homeschooled now. I do not like it. But anyways, who cares about that? Let's just talk about the what's it called my piggy building behind the scenes. That's what you guys came for, not backstory. But anyway, yeah. Basically, anyways, so yeah, I also had a cool idea where it was gonna be like this. Uh, and then it would teleport you to this white area, like it had like this neon white color, and then it would be called the owner only room, which would basically be like a room just for me. And it was gonna be called, and the badge, instead of being called Rise and Shine, it was gonna be called um it was gonna be called Enter the only room. Actually, no. Back then, this room was gonna be the owner only room. I set it up, and then the idea, I forgot about the idea, and I built something else here, and then I started building here, and then almost forgot. By the time I remembered, it was too much to delete. So anyway, yeah, I never, I keep forgetting to get rid of the generator stuff, so that's why it's still there. Anyway, yeah, that's a lot of ammo. Anyway, over here we got a red key card. Originally, the red and blue key card were in there. Um, but I moved the blue, and it was only the pink vial here. But I'm actually no, it was pink vial and something else. It was I forgot what it was. Anyway, this code I used to change it all the time, but some of my friends didn't like it. I think one of them was actually Rainfriend. They didn't like me changing it over and over. And since back then I didn't have that many friends, which now I definitely do. Anyways, enough of that. You know, like enough of
Bubbles feelings. How about
um. Oh, up here we have Mimi, not Mimi. Um. Oh, originally I had an orange keycard here. Do I actually still have an orange keycard lock? Did I like just move the orange keycard? Oh, I went to the void. I'm joking. But did I ever have an orange keycard room? Or I mean, anymore? No. But yeah, originally I had an orange keycard room. Like, think it was actually related to generator. No, yeah, the generator wasn't here. It was in its own room. Actually, no, it was in this room. This one was different. You had to open it with the orange keycard, and behind it was the generator. Not any of this stuff. The code, I think it was here. Yeah, it was in one of these safes or something like that. Oh no, it was next to a pink vial, I think. Yeah, it was next to a pink vial. And the purple key. Actually, I think the purple key was still here. The generator was the only thing. I mean, the code was the only thing I moved. And then here we have a different thing. Uh, oh, yeah, this is where Mimi uses it. Uses the thing. This stuff. Alright, now let's talk about the extras and extra things. First of all, we have this wand, which is related to this. Oh, no, this. Second of all, we have another thing my friends don't like. I don't think Rainfront was involved with this, but another thing that my friends didn't like, the ones that played these maps, was that I always had in first person. They didn't like it in first person for some reason. I just think it has like more of the creepy vibe. For this map, this is the only map that I have to have it not in the first person because of this note. It's only viewable if you have it. Wait, yeah, we have this note. Um, we have this note, which that was the code. I kept changing the code. Will give you notes. Also, originally the codes had lore, but that lore sucked, so I changed it. And now the lore, I'll have a better version of the lore in chapter 3, which is something I missed. Lore is something I haven't done until recently. So lore I never really had. Like I made like my own like kind of I made my own kind of like a mini story about like Tio basically infecting everyone with something where I made up, like he can hypnotize people, and he like hypnotized a whole entire army and everything. It's It sounds kind of good, but the way it was read in the notes was absolutely terrible. um. Anyways, another thing. And then I'm starting to work on a better lore story. There's a lot of lore placements in a new character focus chapter, aka CFC, that I'm working on. Actually, no, it's already done. I just can't show you guys because it has a few references to chapter 5. Well, actually, no, basically the whole map is inspired by chapter 5, but a little bit different. And then we also have it also just makes set just fits the story a little bit more after seeing chapter 5 than it does just coming out of after chapter 2. And yeah, that one has a lot of big lore drops, but I might actually accidentally ending up dropping the lore soon because I need to add lore in chapter 3. Because chapter 2, um, by the time I decided to think, hey, why don't I add lore to the chapters? It was already super late after chapter 1. I was like, I need to serve the next chapter quickly. Which, yes, it's been a while too from chapter 2. But trust me, chapter 3, instead of being like, oh, I need to add this little tiny feature that I have to add. I mean that I kind of want to add. It was like a feature in chapter 3. It's like features I have to add, like the reference. I'm sorry I wasn't able to deliver with chapter 2. I had an idea, but I never figured out. I never found out any costumes. How I usually work with what's it called? Character what's it called? The references is I use make an NPC, but you can put like ID catalogs, which I'm not good at. So what I do is I just you can press create from NPC, which basically creates the NPC the character. I mean create from avatar, which basically uses your avatar for the NPC. So I picked that NP. I usually like buy stuff with Robux and pick the costume that I need, which I can no longer do because after facial scanner, it's not now I have to ask my parent, but for for Robux access, but for some reason they ain't working. So yeah. Also, I need more Robux for badges. So actually, I can't. I need to figure out how to. I need to figure out a way to bypass the Robux rules fast because I need because what's it called? Because I need to get the oh my god, I can't think. Because I need to get the uh, you know what? Who cares? Anyway, let's go. I'm pretty sure that's actually it. Oh yeah, this is the only room I actually tried with. A reason I didn't have windows is because here, let me show you how I make my walls. Oh, wait, hold on, let's find a wall. Hey, wait a second. Okay, never mind. So it looks like it's a little bit different in this in this level chapter. So actually I could have made windows. I don't know why I didn't. But my excuse for not making windows now is because um um I do it like I stretch like I look, watch. I stretch out the block so I don't have to place a lot of blocks. I don't no wonder it took me like 2 weeks to 2 or 3 weeks to finish this. That must have been hard just placing block, 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 block. Oh gosh, I did not even realize what I did. Whoa, that yeah, most of my newer chapters have use that. Mm. I'm gonna tell Grandpa. Shh. No. Grandpa. Shh. I'm recording a video right now. It's about to finish though. Anyways, I'm pretty sure that's it. So, anyways, guys. Well, this was fun. Oh wait, hold on. There's a few more things. Never mind. Yeah, this is Rise and Shine badge. What's this? Oh, this is what Mimi says. Me. Why do I keep calling her Mimi? Mimi says when you. Also, fun fact: this is the first time I used these barrier blocks ever. Man, I still can't believe I placed block by block. Okay, I had no excuse for not placing windows back then. Oh, but this is newer, so this should be. Yeah, see, that's my excuse because I always use that. Yeah, because this came out later on. But anyways, as I was saying before I realized that, but now we're actually done. This is me, Jerk. This is me, the Reaper, signing off.